Everyone keeps asking me what my settings are, so I'm just going to quickly run you through my settings and the main ones that I use. It's not a special video, it's just so that if you ask, you know. And then controller, I have a weird controller setup. I use sticker move flipped. I have no idea what this button does. So when I say flipped, it means I shoot with bumpers instead of the triggers. I use a PS4 controller like a normal PS4 controller, so that's why I do that, because it's just a bit more responsive. Stick layout preset is default. I don't know what the difference is between that and that, but controller vibration, turn it off. It's disgusting. It'll throw your aim off. I don't have rumblers in my controllers, but if you do, take them out. I'm using a 7.7 cents ADS multiplier of 1. To be honest, I haven't really played about with this too much yet. So I'm not too sure if I'm going to end up changing this anymore, but all of these are set to 1 as well for the sake of me being on a standard place. I'll probably change this eventually, but I haven't bothered yet. Vertical aim axis is all on standard. I don't know what any of this is, so I haven't touched any of it. ADS is hold. Change zoom, shared input. Don't know what that is. Yeah, I actually have no idea what that is. Automatic sprint I have off. I hate it. Equipment behavior is hold. That's basically like throwing nades and stuff. Weapon mount activation, ADS plus melee, same way as how I had it on the last one. This is one of those big questions that everyone always asks, is how do you tap to open a chest and tap to reload? If you set it to prioritize interact, while you are, so say you're next to a crate and you need to reload your gun. If you tap square, it will open the crate. If you hold square, it will reload your gun. If you want it the other way around, you can change it to prioritize interact, and then it will be tap to reload or hold square to interact with the chest. Obviously, you can see what they do, but basically, I just have mine as prioritize interact. I have armor plate behavior as apply 1 because you can't cancel plating on this, and I just find it's a bit smoother. I also prefer applying 1 at a time. Target aim assist I have on. It's just normal aim assist. I have it set to default. If you're struggling, the Black Ops one is meant to be really, really strong. I just prefer default. ADS aim assist is on. Third person ADS correction type. Don't know what it does. I just have it set to assist. This was one of those like really gyro behavior was one of those really controversial ones in the last one, because you could basically set gyro up, which is like you have like these things in your controllers that can tell when you're tilting the controller. People figured out a way to use it to control recoil in Warzone 1, and it became quite a controversial thing, and I'm pretty sure this is basically what this does, but don't hold me on that. I don't know what this does. Once again, I don't have rumblers in my controller, so it doesn't help, but this is all to do with that, and I have no idea what any of it is. Aim response type, I have mine as linear. A lot of people use dynamic. For some reason, I've just always used linear, and I always like it, so I just leave it at that. Yeah, I don't know what this does, so it's instant. I have whatever this is turned off. Inputs dead zone, to be honest, I can probably turn this down, but if you're getting stick drift, then I would suggest turning this up slightly, because it should help with your stick drift. I don't think I've got stick drift, so, and then max, and then left trigger and right trigger. I don't use triggers that often, so I'm not too phased. I have toggle sprint. Auto move forward is off. Tactical sprint is double tap. If you're worried about burning out controllers, then you probably just want to change this to either auto tac sprint or just a single tap or something, but I just prefer the feeling of double tap. Ground mantle is off. This was fucking irritating me. This was irritating as well, so it's set to partial now. Automatic ground mantle is off. I don't want to just jump over things. Invert slide and dive behavior, I just have it as set to tap to slide, because I find slide more useful than diving, and then hold to dive, but you can obviously swap that if you want. Plunging underwater is movement. I can either plunge underwater by holding circle to like crouch, or you can like look or like dive in or whatever. Parachute auto deploy I have on, just because if I'm up in between games and stuff, it's quite annoying for people on stream if I just keep splatting to my death. That's basically the only reason, and plus it does save me a couple of times. Sprinting door bash is on. You want that on. It's definitely a good one to have. Ledge mantle, hang behavior is mantle only. Once again, I'm not... Oh, I actually might want that on. I'm not sure. I'll play about with that. I'm not going to tell you for that one, because I'm not too sure. I have no idea what any of this stuff does. This is all new to me. I've never actually looked that far into here. No, that's not what I want. For some reason, you can't double tap square in this to set C4 off, which is quite frustrating. But once again, I've never really used any of these. So if you care, they're there. In terms of graphics, which is another one, if you're on a single monitor, make sure it's on full screen exclusive. You can just tab in and out. I have a 3080 Ti, so that's what that is. My screen refresh rate is apparently set to 144, but that's wrong because it's 240, so we'll change that. Playing 1440p. Dynamic resolution is off because I don't know what that does. Aspect ratio, automatic. I'm on 16:9 monitor, but if you're on an ultra wide, you can extend it and such. VSync off, VSync menus off. Custom frame rate limit is set to 240, 60, and 30. Basically, this just stops your computer from going into overdrive when it doesn't need to be in overdrive when you're not actually playing and you're in menus and stuff. So this is obviously all waffle. I don't know what this means, but this is what a nerd told me to have it as. And then HDR is off as well. Quality render res set to 100. Upscaling / sharpening. Don't know what this is. Nerd told me to set it to 90. Anti-aliasing, SMA. I don't really know what any of this is, so I'm actually just going to slowly scroll through it. And if you care, you can just stop because this means literally nothing to me. And it's probably all wrong. So take this with a pinch of salt and probably just copy someone else's because this literally doesn't mean anything to me. I just basically wait until I'm told what to put in because I'll be real with you, yeah, I'm not out here trying to test every single graphic setting. But if you want any of this, there you go. View, because I know what these do. 120 FOV, ADS is affected. If it's independent, it zooms in to like if you was playing on console on 80 FOV, which means you can see people that are further away better, but the recoil looks higher. So I just don't have it. Weapon field of view I've got as default. I think people tried it with the other ones and it didn't make a difference or it broke it or something like that. So just default for now until that gets fixed. Third person field of view I've got to 90. Once again, just max FOV. And then change these to least. Definitely change these to least because it's just asking for motion sickness. I've not really played much third person, so I don't know what this is. This is like when you're spectating someone, it can either put you on the camera, like the helmet cam or their actual POV. The helmet cam is a weird change and it fucking bugged anyway, so half the time it doesn't work and it puts me in helmet cam, but just... I use home theater. I'm using a SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro headset. So this is basically what I've got for that, and then it runs for an XLR. Music volume is off, dialogue volume is off. It's set to 60. Effects is the most important one, so it's set to 100. Hit marker volume is set to 50, and voice chat is set to 50. You can probably turn this down if people's mics are fucking deafening. This is basically just where my audio goes. Mono audio. If it ever feels like you've got audio coming out of just one ear, that's because mono audio is turned on and you want that off. So just there you go. Subtitles I have set on default. I've got voice chat on. I've got game voice channel, all lobby. I can mute my mic to my PC without muting it to my teammates in Discord, so people don't hear me in prox chat. But if you don't want prox chat, you can just turn it off. Last words voice chat is basically just def comms like we had in the old Warzone as well. Open mic, if you want push to talk so that you can like prompt chat, you can turn that on as well. And if people aren't hearing you in game, turn this down and play about with this turned down, because if your mic should be unmuted and you're finding yourself having to shout, it's basically because it's too high. Microphone level is 100. Some of you need to turn this down because your mics are fucking deafening. Juggernaut music, that's turned off because that's fucking annoying. Hit marker sound effects, I've got MW. Mute gamer minimized is off. Reduce tinnitus sound is off. I don't know what that is. Interface, once again, this is just if you care about any of this. So I'm just going to slowly scroll through and just show you everything. And you can see it if you want it. Oh, the only one that I will say is minimap. Make sure it's square because you get a significant amount of extra coverage on the map, but it doesn't take up much more of the screen. So if you're playing, make sure your minimap is square. Rotation on, horizontal compass, all of that waffle. So the other one that I've got is crosshairs. So I have my crosshairs off, and then I have there's another one that's to do with like a dot in the middle of the screen. So center dot I've got on and set to larger because it's the only one that I can actually see. And then I have crosshairs off. So basically all I have in the middle of my screen is a dot. I just find that better for centering. It's just personal preference, but you can obviously have all of it or none of it or whatever it is that you want. Player names I've got as abbreviated because I don't care about people's clan tags. I don't know what telemetry is. Oh, there's like FPS counter and stuff. So if you want that, it's there. And then you can apparently make it bigger, which I didn't know. I don't want to see graphs because they're fucking irritating and it doesn't benefit me. Gameplay tips, turn them off if you really want. Turn them on, I don't care. It's up to you. Skip that because I don't want to see it loading in. I actually want to turn that off as well because that's fucking annoying. This is basically like if you're having issues with hardware or networking, it'll tell you. I don't know what parallax is. That's the center dot that I was talking about, set to larger as well. And then if you are on a keyboard or mouse and you would like to have a normal mouse, you can. I don't mind this one, so I keep it. Where's the color thing as well? Because I get asked about the color thing all the time. I'm pretty sure it's in here somewhere. Oh, okay. Here's the color thing. So in color customization, you can change all of this. This is all colorblind filters and stuff. So if you want colorblind filters, then you can have them. I haven't really played much about them yet because it doesn't say what they are. Normally I like Dutrapin and Benopia, but yeah, it doesn't tell me what they are. And if you want to change any of the pings on your game to this, then you can. If you want to change pings and stuff, you can quite easily change the pings and make them suit whatever colors it is that you may want. Yeah, that's entirely down to you, really. I hope that answered some of your questions. I hope that helped some of you that had been asking. And leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new or have not subscribed to the YouTube already. And I will see you soon.